Coronavirus pandemic of 2020 has forever changed the way we live and interact, with very few sectors in the community being spared this readjustment. In education, change has been both swift and abrupt, with educators at all levels being asked to reevaluate the meaning of traditional schools. The accelerated pace of change has demanded a shift away from face-to-face instructions towards online education and a new way of learning. For the majority of students, the past 18 months has been about remote learning to keep people safe. Whilst most families have been doing it tough, some are doing it even tougher without access to technology to help with the learning. All this has heightened the inequality between the haves and have-nots. As a response to the cost burden of technology for struggling families, the Victorian government introduced a policy to loan out school-owned computers as part of the Bridging the Digital Divide initiative. The aim of the program is to support equal access to technology and help students learn regardless of their background. In 2020, 57,000 school-owned computer devices were loaned as part of this policy. In addition, the department made available 10,000 zero-cost mobile services, allowing students to access mobile data between 10 and 40 gigs per month for up to 12 to 24 months. In Victoria, there is no specific law that refers to technology in schools. However, there is a statement in the Victorian Education and Training Reform Act of 2006 that states, "All Victorians, irrespective of their education and training institution they attend, where they live or their social economic status, should have access to high-quality education that realises their learning potential and maximises their education and training achievement." This is a powerful statement that clearly articulates the Victorian government's position on inclusion and diversity and provides justification for the policy. On top of the legal backing, the policy also has a social justice element with moral and economic imperatives that support participation and engagement in learning. Morally, giving equal access and opportunity to all students to work under fair and equitable conditions is simply the right thing to do. Having a computer is a lifeline to all students and allows an ability to overcome the challenges of isolation and encourages collaboration with teachers and peers. Economically, the cost of the program is modest in comparison to other COVID initiatives and can be seen as not an expense but an investment for now and into the future, where jobs will require everyone to have some form of digital literacy. Digital inequality is not a COVID-only problem. It has been an issue for a long time. COVID has made it more visible. It has especially made everyone realise the importance of technology in the new economy and shows that if you do not have the basic skills or the means to access a connected device, you have no means to safely work, go to school, or access basic necessities like shopping or banking. In the 4 areas of STEM, technology is vitally important for both teaching and learning. For instance, ICT is an integral part of the mathematics curriculum and is written into every level from 1 to 10. It becomes even more vital in the senior years of school, where students are required to use technology to develop modelling and facilitate the expansion of ideas and explore complex mathematical concepts. Several learning outcomes in the K-10 curriculum specify the use of technology. For example, in the Level 10 number and algebra strand, students are to solve simultaneous linear equation using algebraic and graphic techniques, including using digital technology, and solve equations using systematic guess, check, and refine with digital technology. Without a computer, students would be at a disadvantage completing these learning outcomes, and for some students it may mean not learning the unit at all, which has the ripple effect of not knowing the concept into senior secondary school or not doing mathematics at all. Giving every student in the state access to a computer and internet from home goes little way to bridging the gap between the haves and have-nots. However, computers alone is not the solution. Having computers by itself can be an issue if the student or the parent is not confident with using the technology. This is especially the case for students whose families are in regional and remote areas, have low socio-economic background, or students with Indigenous heritage. For many struggling students, these 3 factors are not mutually exclusive. Data from international assessments such as the PISA and the TIMSS consistently show that this group fall behind the rest of Australia in maths and science. According to Marginson, Tytler, Freeman and Roberts, the gap between Indigenous and non-Indigenous students is almost 2 years of schooling. If Indigenous students do make it to tertiary education, they are more likely to study humanities and the arts than STEM. Technology alone is not the answer to solving the issues of diversity and inclusion, but in providing computers for all, disadvantaged students should no longer be falling through the cracks because they are digitally excluded. Beyond computers, teachers have a role in ensuring that the mathematics content is responsive and engaging. One strategy is to teach using rich tasks that develop problem-solving skills related to real-life context, allowing students to see the relevance of the content they are learning. When students are served by educators who are genuinely responsive to both their academic and cultural gifts, institutions of higher learning can genuinely create conditions for success. To raise the level of the most disadvantaged in the community, it is important to recognise the diverse and dynamic culture of each of the students and ensure that the construction of mathematics does not devalue it. A combination of student pride, high expectations and effective teaching and learning pedagogy will in the end achieve a positive outcome for all students.